Hi, it's Shireen saying we're watching Superman and Lois, Season 1, Episode 3, The Perks of Not Being a Wallflower. Can't relate. Thank you so much, Jarell, for sponsoring this show. I'm not entirely sure if I'm saying your name right. My brain, I do want to say, like, Jarell and make you a member of the L family. I'm so excited. I've loved the first episodes of this show, so I'm so excited to keep going with it. Let's continue. This place does need an update.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean...
Anything but Dad's color!
Oh, come on!
Oh.
No super tricks. That's it!
Yeah, cute family moment immediately disrupted. I think now they know where he's going.
There's no reason to hide it now that you both know he's Superman.
It would still suck, but you know my dad's just gone off to save lives. There's no cooler reason for your dad to just ditch you randomly. Jesus Christ. Is this a targeted thing to get him here? Just another day.
More like I hear all the fluctuations taking place in the collective sonic frequency.
This is good talking openly about it. What do they know about Morgan Edge?
I just want to make sure you're doing okay, that's all.
Then stop asking me about it every 10 seconds. I'm saying Dr. Lawrence like you asked, okay?
Mom is just worried about you.
Dad?
Hang out and
Oh, I'm gonna be late, so
Why are you with him if you are so worried about what he's going to think?
close.
It's a lot of work to just casually take on running a farm. I know he grew up helping and like working on it, so he knows how to do it, but... And the temptation to check your kids are okay every second of every day by listening to them, but that also invades their privacy so much.
Is it every time I see you, you're flirting with my girlfriend?
Talking to her, you weird possessive jerk.
What are you doing? Come on, thank you.
Weird possessive jerk. Sarah, dump this bitch.
Walk away from me. Hey guys!
Yep.
Wow, this place is really not changed since I went here.
You did need your dad.
He was spying on us. What?
He was concerned, but he did, you know, breach their privacy, although it also was quite useful that it happened when it did. They have got a lot of problems they're going through.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like I'm listening all the time.
That is the wrong answer.
It is. Talk to
I thought you said it
them.
was okay for me to go to school.
Clark is only a Kryptonian human. You're doing your best.
Make them the same promise you made me.
Promise to not do it again. And talk to them about how the temptation, you know, when you have that ability and you love your kids so much and you're just worried about them.
You both are right. I'm sorry. No more
You left
listening
them
in on your
all
gossip.
night to sit there being miserable.
Sure, whatever.
It's a lot to adjust to for everyone. And, you know, as a parent, if you have that ability to check your kids are okay every second of every day, the temptation to do it would be huge. Especially when they first, you know, when the first time you leave your kids, you're like, well, if I just check, you know, it's kind of like in the sitcom where the mum and the dad are constantly phoning every other second to the babysitter. But then once you start doing it that little bit when they're young and then you just never stop, I can understand it, but it is still invasive.
How'd you like to interview the keynote?
Does this have anything to do with Morgan Edge?
Yeah, you're damn right it does.
Is this a trap or someone that genuinely has a problem? Edge is concerned. Or this is entirely a trap to try and get Lois doing something. I don't know.
Don't.
Good. Good on you, Sarah.
What has gotten into you lately?
Maybe she doesn't really want to be a cheerleader. Maybe being a cheerleader is your dream.
How about that?
Ken, is that your brother?
Jesus.
Practice is on Saturday.
Jordan, what about your powers? I'll go easy. All right? Do you even know how to do that? Don't worry. And who wants to play some
Is he
football?
taking everything from Jonathan? I mean, not that he's actually taking anything from him, but you know.
Everything that we talked about with Dad.
Come on now, let's go. Pick up the
I so want him to do brilliantly and show the bullies up, but I do also feel like this is going to lead to Jonathan feeling even more isolated. Is it unrealistic that he could be this strong when he doesn't, like, appear to have muscles?
know you're not telling me everything that happened.
That's hilarious. Coming from the most full of crap lady in all of Smallville.
Okay, Sarah.
Clearly they
You
do not
act
have a
like
very
that
good
thing is
relationship.
So awesome when it's literally a dumpster fire.
I said that's enough.
This isn't the place for this kind of stuff, but they do need this conversation at home. They do need to have a conversation. If they're not happy, if things aren't good, which is clearly the case, they need to discuss it.
Everything okay with Lana?
No?
Not really. Yeah, she just went all scorched earth on Sarah.
I mean, I'm pretty
Well,
sure
your mom's working late, so it's just
Sarah went pretty
Anything
scorched earth on
exciting
her
happening over
as well. It's not going good in that household.
You hired me to write this kind of story.
Jesus Christ. Is that her car? Like Edge warning him off? Yep.
Cleaned up, buttoned up, right?
Things look dangerous with this kind of story against
Sorry
this
about
kind of
the trouble,
person.
Now that you've made your stupid point, you're done playing football, right? No,
It's
the team
his
hates me.
thing.
Besides, Coach Gaines may even said the only reason I'm playing is because your little football buddies need to back off. You're
They're
welcome.
not his buddies.
Besides, I don't have super strength. You know, I'm getting a little tired of everyone treating me like I'm some sort of ticking time bomb.
You're a fledgling superhero who's learning how his abilities work. Okay? You're not a ticking time bomb, but they do need to be worried about you, and you do need to be worried, just like Clark had to be
No doubt,
worried way
find
back
out.
when.
Not doing anything wrong. Guess you got nothing to worry about then.
You're also not thinking about your brother at all. Which, again, I want to point out, there is no problem with Jordan joining the football team in concept, but I feel like he maybe should have talked about it with Jonathan first and been like, look, I'm not trying to steal your thing, but maybe it'll be nice that we're both doing this thing. I don't know, like, because he's never even been interested in football. He should maybe be considering his brother a teeny tiny bit.
I made a total fool of myself accusing Edge like that.
I mean, yeah,
honest mistake.
We have been here for a week and somebody has already tried to blow up my car.
succeeded.
Folks in Smallville.
That there's more to this.
Then you have to dig deeper.
They're a very supportive couple, and we love to see it.
Sophie. God, well, Sophie's just become mean. And Sarah, I just feel like I'm
Talk
losing
about it
Sarah.
with Sarah. Be more
That's
open
for
with your
sure.
kids.
Jordan's quite the football star.
I think you mean Jonathan.
No.
It's time to get locked and loaded. Let's go. You ready? That's where the rub. You ready?
Just
You ready?
stressed. That's just,
What I'm talking about.
he doesn't have the visible body strength to be capable of this.
Shouldn't have kissed Sarah.
God, you don't have to become a moon like him in order to do this apology, because A, the only person you should be apologising to for kissing Sarah is Sarah, because you didn't check that if she was okay with it, and he did stop as soon as she went, oh no, he did stop. So really there's no problem there greatly. But he didn't know she had a boyfriend. If he knew about the fact that they were dating and then kissed her, then you might want to apologise with him. Should have told your dad.
Taking you to see him this early was a mistake.
Mistake? You know what? Everything you do is a mistake. You get fired. I just wish you would go back to not being around anymore.
Fuck. Things are going great.
Would you please sit down and have dinner with the rest of us?
Nope.
You need to talk about this with your family. Honestly, a divorce might be, or at least a separation, might be what's best, because you're clearly not a functional family unit.
He didn't mean all that.
He was just
Sure.
lashing
He's
out.
14. He was lashing out. I'm not saying.
You hate football, right? So, who cares? You don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah.
Does he like fitting in? Being good at something for once?
What if Jordan joining the team wasn't a mistake?
Oh.
Sure, I see your point.
Trust me, this feels really weird to say, but
Bless
Jordan
this
needs
kid.
football. I mean, he's making friends. He's been happy for the first time in forever.
Using some of that energy, maybe? I don't know. I honestly, like, Jonathan is feeling so jealous and so
There's
mixed
nothing
up
more
right now.
than for you guys to be happy.
I'm so scared this entire thing is a setup to try and get to her or discredit her somehow. Or it's very real, but they've been gotten to first. Which wasn't even proper English. Jesus fuck. Surely this is too obvious even for Edge.
Oh, that won't help you.
No, but he will.
Whoa. Oh fuck. Who is this guy? Are Edge's experiments like turning people into something, or I don't know. Jesus Christ. He's more than just strength. This poor motel.
He's gone.
I'm okay, Mom. I promise.
But would you say that even if you weren't?
We used to be so close.
Just felt trapped by this town, by this family.
Depression is a
Things
cruel
get so
monster.
bad, and I just never saw my.
It's true. I'm the most full of crap lady in Smallville.
This could be the beginning of them being close again.
Smiling is not how I feel inside. Do you know what kind of life would make you happy?
I don't know.
And you'll find it.
I guess I'm figuring it out. Yeah, me too. Come here.
This is good for both of them.
I need you to be very honest with me. Is playing football something that you really want?
This is good parenting. Open
I
conversations.
wasn't sure or anything.
You're sure you can keep your powers under control?
Yes.
I mean, maybe you don't need to hit quite as hard as you have
I don't know how
been.
to explain it. It's just a feeling.
You want to be an assistant coach?
I just want to help out. I don't know if you know this, but I was actually the team manager back in high school.
LinkedIn resume notwithstanding, you're a little late.
I'll do whatever job you need.
Not to mention he'll work for free.
You should have started with that, kid.
He's volunteering.
Your dad did a 180 on the whole football thing?
Got a little help from John. Well, I can either
He's a very good brother.
or deny. You quit the cheer team. Are you still gonna go?
Do you want me to?
I mean,
These babies.
Yeah, that seems like he's really struggling.
yeah, Dad's a new assistant coach.
Do you need any help, Mr. Kent?
But
Give me a jacket and I bought a hat.
he is the perfect, well-intentioned, embarrassing father.
See you, Sarah.
And I love it. There should be more dads like him in the world.
All right, just pretend like you need my help with this, all right?
Yeah. Really? Ow! Too much? A little too big?
No.
All right.
Dorks.
Come on, let me show you what I've been working on.
Don't betray me, reporter lady. I like you.
Well, how's Lar gonna take care of it?
By taking care of the loose end that's you. So are these more Kryptonians? Or are they mining in places
Done.
where they think kryptonite fell to Earth or something? And are they getting, I don't know, are they making superpowered Kryptonians themselves? Jesus Christ. This was such a good episode again. I really love, I mean, has it really only been 3 episodes? I feel so attached to the Kent family already. The dynamics between all the characters, I think they do such a brilliant job of balancing the ordinary, like, human aspects of it, raising teenagers figuring out who they want to be and all those struggles with the parents. And I think in both sets of families we've kind of been dealing with in this, you've got kind of kids who are at their age, we're 14, they're still babies, they're still very much little kids, but they're getting to that age where they begin to look and see their parents for who they really are, and you begin to, your relationship starts to transition a little bit from being completely parent-child to being still parent-child, that should never change, but to being like seeing each other as more equal and realizing your parents don't have every single answer, but that they love you and they're there for you regardless. So I actually really love that we saw Lana and Sarah kind of bond in that moment, and Sarah being able to talk to her and Lana being able to let her walls down a little bit and to be like, you know, yeah, I struggle and I just do what I've been taught to do and I smile and I keep everything together, but you know, in some ways I think that will make Sarah feel a little bit less alone or less crazy, in the sense that her mum is struggling. These things that she thinks she sees in her family are there, and she's not the only person in her family who feels like that sometimes. That is one of the many, many reasons why, in general, it's so important that we are emotionally honest even with little kids. Now, obviously, you do it age appropriately. You don't tell your like 3-year-old, I hate my life, I'm depressed. That is not good. But you know, if you kind of let your kids see little emotions, then they realise it is okay to be open as well. So that I really loved, and I'm so proud that Sarah finally dumped her dickish boyfriend. And if the cheerleading team was something she was just doing because she kind of felt like she had to do it, I'm very, very glad she left it. And if later down the line she decides, no, actually I enjoyed doing that, I hope she goes back. So then the other dynamic of like ordinariness, sort of, in this episode would be the brothers. Now, Jonathan Kent, I love the boy. He is so sweet. Like, you can see, and I imagine at some point these little things are going to bubble up probably into him being a little bit more resentful towards Jordan, but you could definitely feel the dynamic of like, he is used to be the golden child, like both the easy child his parents didn't have to worry about, that's kind of still true, but he also used to have loads of friends and be popular, and he was the star quarterback, and you know, life was easy for him in that way. I'm sure there were still struggles, but life was pretty good, pretty easy. And now we're here. His brother is better at football than him. His brother is making all the football friends. I like that we see Jonathan has that like one friend, so Jonathan isn't totally alone. But you definitely could see kind of his identity when we first met him was the youngest star quarterback ever. Like, that was kind of who he was. And his brother coming along and being a better footballer than him, or at least being as good, I don't know, could start to chip away a little bit more at his identity, and a big move to somewhere like Smallville for his brother. His brother has powers, he doesn't. Though I still do wonder if at any point he will develop them, because, you know, it's not like Jordan started when he was a baby or anything. But you can kind of... I worry about him, but so far, every time I've been like, God, he's 14 years old. If at any point this becomes too much for him and he lashes, I think we've had little moments, but you know, and he just properly like goes downstairs and is like, Dad, you have to stop him being on that football team. Totally would have understood it. But instead, he is emotionally intelligent enough to be like, look, it feels weird to say, but he needs this. He's making friends. He's doing well. And I actually really love that. It is definitely making Jonathan one of my favourite characters. I mean, admittedly, I'm pretty sure all of the Kents are my favourite characters, so it's not really hard, but you know, I just think they've done such an interesting job with his character so far, and I kind of hope they continue to subvert our expectations. Although I do feel like if it goes too far, there will come a point where kind of Jonathan might well reach a sort of breaking point, because he's a kid, and everything's very difficult when you're a kid, as it is, let alone a kid dealing with superpowered powers and everything. I love the moment where they were painting at the beginning. It was very wholesome and very sweet. But I kind of feel like the balance... If I knew my dad was literally dropping everything to go and save lives, I couldn't live with myself if he chose painting the living room over saving dozens of lives. That just doesn't compute. Now, yes, there could be a small part of you that's like, we're having such a nice time, and my dad have to leave. Oh, he promised we were going to be at that football game, and he didn't go. Yes, those feelings are valid, and it's okay to have them, but at the end of the day, he's saving lives. The thing I would struggle the most with would almost be when I find out, oh yeah, there's a supervillain in town who's as strong as him or who can hurt him. That's when I would really struggle, because I'd be like, something could happen to him. So I kind of think it's an interesting dynamic we're exploring with him, Clark really taking on more of the parental role and being in his boys' lives. And I think it's interesting because, like I said before, him never being around, you would be so suspicious. You would think he just did not care about your family. You would think, oh, he'd rather be out chasing a story than at home with us. But when you find out he's saving lives, I do think that puts a different spin on it. So I'm intrigued to see where it will go. And I loved him becoming the assistant coach and carrying the water cooler like it was really heavy. That is one thing I think Jordan is going to need to start, like, going to the gym and doing weight and trying to appear a little bit bulkier, just because if he keeps throwing people clear through the air and he doesn't appear to have... I mean, I'm not a huge judge on teenage muscles, but, you know, he doesn't appear that muscly. They all look like kids, so none of them do, but his brother looks much stronger than him. He doesn't look that strong. I think he might need to bulk up a little bit just to make it seem a bit more credible, or maybe start pulling those hits slightly. But yeah, it's an interesting dynamic, and he and Sarah are very sweet. Lois's case, Morgan edges up to something, and obviously he is, but it's just so interesting. I assume these superpowered people are linked to him. It's not just a coincidental shenanigan happening. Are they Kryptonians? I mean, as strong as Clark. She shot lasers out of her eyes. Heat fission, I apologise. Or is there something in Smallville? Are there bits of Krypton that landed and give the blub blub blub? And is that why Jordan activated his powers here because he was in Smallville or something, and that's why these towns that he's going to, he's looking for things. Another it's the Escape Secret Project trying to give people superpowers, and that's what's happening. There's just so many interesting things. I'm so intrigued to find out more. We didn't have any of the Luthor guy in this episode, so that again, it's another threat out there. There's a lot happening. Very good episode. Thank you so much, Joel, for sponsoring, and thank you for watching.